Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We're just waiting for a few more things to wrap up here. Yes. All right. So it's wonderful to be here with you today. I'm so excited to be here on this amazing day. Pardon me? Oh, we need to light the candles. I'll do that. We have an amazing farmers market brought to you by Tumbling Creek Farm. Marlene and all the people that helped to gather blueberries and everything else. And Christy brought some things as well. And it's just always so fun to come in and see that all happening out there. So do take advantage of it. Prices are good and there's a lot of blueberries. So help yourself to those. So I welcome each and every one of these beautiful smiling faces here this morning, and I welcome our folks who are here with us via YouTube. You're here with us in spirit. We embrace you and we send our love to you today. All right, so my name is Sandy Spurgeon, and I'm very excited today to be the platform assistant for Madalyn Wade. Reverend Madalyn will be delivering the talk today. Very excited to have her here today. And Drew Tousley will be uplifting us with his wonderful music. Thank you, Drew, for being here also. So we will begin by lighting the Christ candle and the candles on the altar. Okay, so just ask you all to just take a nice deep breath and be comfortable in your seats as we begin. Well, as I get organized. With gratitude, we gather as the unique expressions of the divine presence and energy we have been gifted with. We pause to sense and feel into the life force that is presencing itself in, as, and through us. We now allow it to embody fully in these physical, mental, and emotional forms that we choose to inhabit. We also sense and feel the connection that exists between each one of us, the universal web of intelligence that we partake in as the human race. As we appreciate our web of connectivity moving from me to a we focus, we express our desire to unite with all humanity through the energy of compassion and kindness. We invite this energy to rise up within us now and extend out through us. We also acknowledge our oneness with Mother Earth and all sentient beings. This unity spirit of oneness, of the one I am presence, we call the Christ. We light this candle now as a reminder that we are all blessed by being part of this one presence. It is the truth. Let us own it and make it real in our lives. Amen. So I now, thank you, Christy. Is there anyone here for the very first time? If you would raise your hand, we have a welcoming packet for you. Right back there, Christy. Thank you. And if you put the red ribbon on your shirt, we'd be very happy to greet you after service. And please join us for coffee and snacks after service. All right, so now I invite you to stand and join in our opening song, Thank You for This Day.
We had a little last-minute verse change here, so forgive me if I flub the lyrics a little bit. Hopefully you won't. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this earth, Spirit. Thank you for this earth. Thank you for this earth, Spirit. Thank you for this earth. This healing, this healing, this healing earth. This healing, this healing, this healing earth. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. This healing, this healing, this healing life. This healing, this healing, this healing life.
Thank you so much. That was, brought tears to my eyes. Oh, as we open up that divine spirit, that Christ consciousness is in and through each and every one of us. And as we have gathered here, the magnitude, the power, the joy, the energy, the light is magnified. And I know that each and every one of us are here by divine appointment, and that there is a nugget, a little something special for each one of you. I have no idea what it is, but I know you will know. And so that as we gather, I know we are each divinely guided, and everyone and everything is blessed. And we go forth stronger, more and alive, and more in love with life. And I'm so very, very grateful as I say, Mahalo.
So now we come to a time of prayer for those people who have asked for prayer. And together we set an intention that as each name on our prayer list is read, that person is bathed in love and their highest good comes to them. So we hold them in our hearts with love, seeing that they are whole, holy, and complete. Vicky Lorini, Margie and Larry Myers, Fred Claysons, George Hensall, Elaine Jemmy, Sharon Watson, Walt Watson, Jacob Peskin, Nikki Trevez, Trevor and Bodie Kosiris, Shirley Chambers, Alok Agrawal, Chloe Santos, Bubba Scott, and Nanny Underwood, and for the passing of Don Slockier, his wife Charlotte, sons Kyle and Ryan. And for who else do we pray? If you'd like to say names out loud, you're welcome to. Marcy. And then repeat the final prayer is, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. Amen. So now we have the reading of the daily word. Today's word is power. I look within and discover my power. Great power lies within me, like a treasure chest full of gold and precious jewels buried in my own backyard. It is so close that I sometimes overlook it, leading me to search near and far, seeking strength and value outside of myself. Yet my power is in my potential, a gift for me to discover. I am endowed with wisdom, love, and creativity, gemstones meant to be uncovered and shared with the world. I am rich in my capacity to use these gifts to reach goals and create my life with intentionality. As I think, speak, and behave in accordance with my divine abilities, I share my treasures. I bring into the light the hidden parts of myself, knowing my power comes from expressing my very best self. For we are what he has made us, created as Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand to be our way of life. Ephesians 2:10. Amen. So power is our word for today. So now it's time for our meditation. As we move into meditation again, I just invite you to, put your feet on the floor and settle into your seats as we drop into our inner self. So if we can turn the lights down a little, please. So let us begin by setting an intention to bring a greater sense of calm and ease to ourselves and to each other, using the power of gratitude. So as you gently close your eyes or just gaze softly downward, be aware of your body in this space. Just observe yourself. Notice any tension you may be holding. Now, with a focus on the breath, take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Feeling the air as it moves up through your nose, and the release as you breathe out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and exhale slowly. Deep, slow, even breathing, bringing you into a coherent state of calm and ease. Let each breath move you more deeply into the present moment. continue breathing with full awareness of the natural rhythm of your breath. Imagine a warm golden light moving down from the top of your head, down through the face, down through the throat, and settling in your heart space. Shift your awareness to the area of the heart. Imagine your breath moving in and out from your heart center. Each breath slower and deeper than normal. Move more deeply into the stillness, signaling your body that it is safe to surrender and be fully present in the moment. Releasing all worries, concerns, judgments into this space of light and love. Now bring to mind something that you are very grateful for. It can be a person, a beloved pet, or an event or place. Just allow your imagination to take you there. Allow the gratitude that you feel to grow and expand within your heart space. It might bring a gentle smile to your face. Feel every cell in your body radiating with light as gratitude bathes you with its healing energy. Allow yourself to bask in the warm feeling of gratitude. Radiate this heart energy out from your heart to the person sitting beside you. Allow it to fill the sanctuary as we join as one energetic field of light and love through gratitude. As we take this blessing in for ourselves and we extend it out for others, expand it beyond the physical and energetic bodies out into the universe, touching the lives and opening hearts of all sentient beings. As you move through the day and through the week, feel the power of gratitude fill your heart, expressing in you, as you, and through you in the world. With gratitude for the divine presence that is always with us, dwelling within us, we give thanks as we bring our meditation to a close. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes, and if you'd like to, join in the community song, Sanctuary.
I'm going to challenge you a little bit. We're going to modulate up every time we do this. You just got to pay attention. Hopefully we'll all get through it. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving I'll be a living, weary sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving see a living sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Oh, thank you so much. That was beautiful. Oh, and I love that slide, guys. That's perfect. Wasn't that meditation fantastic? It was just so perfect. Oh, thank you for coming. It's fun to see people and talk to people. I've been blessed in the last, well, actually, depends on how you look at it. I keep being sent to Hawaii. I know, it's so hard. In the last year, I've had to go to Kauai twice. I've had to go to the Big Island twice. So I obviously have chosen the shoe thing. I'm flip-flopping forever now. So, anyway. It's just, yeah. And so if you haven't been to Hawaii, I want to take you there a tiny bit, although you're already actually a little bit there because of the farmer's market. All the veggies and all that, oh, it's just so perfect that it's here. But I want to talk a little about Hawaiian values first, because Mahalo is a Hawaiian value, but also is Lokahi. It's the balance, the harmony, the unity. People who work together, who can do amazing things. And you can achieve more together than we can individually. So, Lokahi. And then Ohana is family. All the family that we have here, our families in our personal lives, and other groups, other communities that you're in. family is so important. And malama is to care for each other, the stewardship, to care for the earth, to care for everything, to care for your beautiful building, to all those things. And then everyone, I should say it that way, but most people are already familiar with aloha, unconditional love. And it's the outpouring of that love and receiving the spirit and compassion and just taking that all in. So most people know aloha. And then mahalo, I think for me anyway, it's just recently surfaced in a more meaningful way, in a bigger way. And it's being grateful, but it's also living in that state, living from gratitude. And you just, the gratitude for the blessings of life. You wake up in the morning, you open your eyes, and you're blissed. You're already blissed. And there are so many different ways to feel that, to sense it. And we'll talk a little bit about that. And there's two common sayings with the word mahalo. And I apologize to the Hawaiians and the Hawaiian gods and all those people who would care if my pronunciation is off. I'm doing my best. So, mahalo nui loa is thank you very much. Mahalo ki akua is thanks be to God. Thanks be to God, which is a little bit deeper for me. And these two phrases are pretty common in the islands, and the people, and use them and live them. Now, I know that a lot of you probably already do this, and I do it, and that is you do a gratitude list. At night or in the morning, sometimes you write it down, I text. I also do gratitudes with my husband every night. We speak our gratitudes together before we retire for the evening. And those are beautiful spiritual practices, and some journaling works too. And there's more. There's a deeper level. Those are like habits to build and a signpost that you can hang your hat on and work through that. But living in mahalo is being in a constant state of gratitude, unceasing, just because. It doesn't have anything to do with something that may have happened. David White, a poet that I love, and if you know me, it's like, oh, she's going to quote David White. But gratitude is not a passive response to something we have been given. Gratitude arises from paying attention, from being awake in the presence of everything that lives within and without us. Everything. Gratitude is not necessarily something that is shown after the event. It is a deep, a priori state of attention that shows we understand and are equal to the gifted nature of life. So we are grateful. We are living mahalo before anything has happened. That's why when you open your eyes in the morning, you're already grateful. Nothing's happened. Well, you opened your eyes, but nothing else has happened. Maybe the cat got off you or something, I don't know. But the thing is that you've got, just that's your state of being. That's where you start. You start in a state of grace. That grace that is just everywhere present. And grace is ours as a gift from God. You don't have to earn it. There's nothing special you need to do. There's no little tick marks you have to do on your, oh, I've done this. Okay, I have a grace now. You're here. You live in grace. You live from that grace. And we're all one with Spirit. It's by definition. It's the way we are. It's a universal human experience for those people who are open, who are aware, who are accepting of their actual natural state. And sometimes we can foster and create that. But it's also, it's like, that's you. That's the way it is. And the more aware of that you are, the more you attract things in that way. The more you recognize, the more you see them. Eric Butterworth says, the grateful heart draws it to itself great things. You've all been exposed to the law of attraction. If you go around grumpy, guess what you're going to get? Grumpy. All the people around you will mirror back to you and say, oh, as you wish. If you want to be grumpy, there you go. You get to do that. So it's that giving, that receiving, that reciprocity that keeps going on. So what do we put out there? The law of receiving also has giving. It's a both. The bounty from the farmer's market, the gifts of the earth, sharing it here in community. Mahalo. It feels so Hawaiian to have veggies in the room. I didn't know there were going to be veggies in the room. I'm so grateful there are veggies in the room. I love vegetables. Ask my husband. So, as I said, it's important to know that we are living in Mahalo. It's that grace, that flow of life, the ease, and you can sense it in your body. These beautiful things that I get grumpy about mine sometimes. It's working really well today, by the way. It's like they'll tell you. You get that feeling in your gut or whatever. It's just, and then you can relax. When we were doing the meditation, I could feel myself, relaxing. Your body's telling you things. And then one of the things that we often seek is peace. And that'll happen too when you know you're living in Mahalo, you're there. So it's a flow and a dynamic balance. And one of the things I love about the whole thing is that stuff happens. And it's like, okay, I need to do a talk on Mahalo. All right? Now what am I going to do? Oh, there's a book that got my attention. It's called Living in the Flow. I think I should pick that book up off of the bookcase. And those of you who know me know I have a lot of books. So it's just like I just happened to see it. What are the chances that I would happen to have my eyeball go right to that book that time? And it's different from Googling something. Because I can go Google Mahalo. I can go Google stories on intuition or whatever. But it's a little different when it's like, oh my gosh, it just kind of happens. There's an intuitive hit or whatever. Like I went in my closet, it's like, what the heck am I going to wear today? How's the microphone going to fit? Blah, 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 blah. Noise and chatter, chatter, chatter. Okay, so I go in and I find a skirt and it says Hawaii on it. It's like, oh, Madalyn, okay, fine. It's decided you wear the Hawaii skirt. So it's that intuition, that flow that's like, oh, look at that. And it's not rational. It's not intellectual. It's gut feeling. It's just knowing that there's a premonition or something's wrong. That's why I laughed when I saw the veggies when I walked in. And it also happens in dreams. I don't know how many of you know the story of Yesterday by the Beatles. It was a song that came to Paul McCartney in a dream. And he didn't know what, and it kept, he was playing the music and all that kind of stuff. And for the longest time, the title of that song was Scrambled Eggs. Because, but eventually it evolved and Scrambled Eggs became Yesterday. And all of you know that song. And if you don't, I can play it on my phone for you. Yeah. And then, he says it's the most magical thing. It's like, wow, it just happened. So it was a dream, a premonition, an intuition, all these kinds of things just happen. Another thing that I get excited about that to me is an affirmation that I'm living from Mahalo is synchronicities. I get so excited when there's a synchronicity. So a couple weeks ago, I was doing another talk in another center, and the topic was pleasure. So I was going, oh, pleasure, yeah, this is good, I can do this. And I didn't, okay, right, I'm doing it, I'm talking. And but being in tune with the universe was obvious to me when I was listening to the PBS NewsHour. I don't know, how many people watch PBS? No, fair number. Okay, so you know who I'll be talking about here. And there was a piece being, a gentleman being interviewed by Jeffrey Brown. So it was Canvas. So it was the happy stuff, which is important to me as well. And this gentleman, John Kander, was there, and he was being interviewed and talking about his play New York, New York, in New York. And he had written Cabaret and Chicago, so he's a well-known composer. And he said, and this is because I'm working on this talk on pleasure, and this is coming out of the television, that one of the greatest pleasures in life was making art with your friends. And I said, great. And then Jeffrey Brown, the interviewer, says, you are 96 and still working. What's the secret? And John Kander says, well, are you supposed to stop doing the things that give you pleasure? Who wrote that rule? And I'm going, oh, I can use the pleasure thing in my talk. I got all excited. I wrote down so I could come find the quotes and stuff. And then, like a day later, my husband turns on an old Colbert that we've been taping, because now the writer's strike and all that stuff, so you watch reruns. And so on that show was John Kander and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who was writing New York, New York with him. So what are the chances that my husband would turn on the television to see the same guy? You know, it's like, synchronicity. And then my body gives me the chills. So your body knows. The body reinforces and tells you. It's like, wow, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So what gets in our way of living in Mahalo? Well, watching the news. Watching the news will do that for me. And there are stories that trigger me, and looking on the internet. And it's a call to prayer. It's a call to shift consciousness. But it's also a call to be grateful for what I've got. The other thing that gets in our way is disappointments and little things that don't go well. Or it could be a car accident, or all these kinds of things. Or material lack, something you need and you can't get, you can't afford it. Or a loss of a loved one. And practicing Mahalo for what we had with them is so important. And grief. Grief and love are partners. If you didn't love someone dearly, you wouldn't grieve. So if you're feeling grief, it's an experience of that love, that Mahalo you had for them, that integration in your life that they were. And it's inextricably linked. It's I remind myself that when, anyway. I just lost someone recently. And so what to be grateful for? Okay, material goods and people and all those things. But it's also there's the intangible and the tangible things. It's not just something material. And appreciating others is a big deal. And, okay, I'm a tennis fan. Anybody out here watch Wimbledon? Not many, okay. I will be brief then. And hopefully most of you know who Roger Federer is. Okay, we got more from Roger. Okay, and that's why, because I'm so grateful, because he is a magnificent human being. And is just, I mean, I'm sure he has faults, but I've never seen them. He is, isn't he handsome too? Oh my God. But he's got nonprofits. He does a lot of good work. He was a fabulous tennis player. He's got class. So I have Mahalo for Roger Federer. Also, a lot of us do service work. I'm a court-appointed special advocate, also known as a CASA. So I get to work with the little ones. And that brings me gratitude and a Mahalo as well. And I already talked about our bodies and being grateful for our bodies, and that they balance, they move, we can move. Everybody came into this sanctuary. We're all here together. We all motored our way in one way or the other. We can overcome a lot. We are, well, okay, I will claim for myself stubborn, and I will say you guys are determined. Yeah. And then the other thing is I'm grateful for a sense of humor. having the capability, the inclination to laugh. Because sometimes things are pretty absurd. It's like, really? I can't believe it. No. Yes. No. And it's really funny. So it's all about expanding the sphere of Mahalo, to going with the intangible and the tangible, and knowing that it's all something to be grateful for. There's another way to build a consciousness of Mahalo. And this is a story from a young woman that I got off the internet that I Googled. So that is a Google story. But she used to go out and swim in the water, swim laps on the beach. I don't have the courage for that. But anyway, so she would swim with the turtles. Can you imagine swimming with the turtles? She just loved to be with the turtles. And then she was there and she would watch them. They're such special spirits, so graceful but yet so mellow. And she'd watch their behaviors, and they taught her patience. And, just mellowness, floating. Maybe moving a little foot and moving like that. And it gave her things she needed to change in her life, things she wanted to shift. I don't know about you, I like to take a shower. The water seems to do something, just to have the water over me. And so it was like almost a spiritual practice, but it was Mahalo. She came from that. And so being in nature, we of course are blessed with all the trees and the water around here too. And I even blessed the snow last winter. We had 6 feet, and I thought it was great. My husband, not so much. But it's like, yeah, it's so nature. And then just having that attitude of gratitude, looking for things that we already have. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, I don't know, I've done that. It's like, oh, this is something I want and I don't have it. But focusing on what you do have, and that, you guys probably already do that, but encouraging selflessness in your life. It's doing for others. It's how can I serve? One of the things that's so great about here is there were a zillion people doing a zillion things, up in the sound booth, and then putting the vegetables out, and Sandy running around, and Leslie running around. I don't know, I saw her, she was running around. And then there's others I can't name right now, because I don't know your names. But I'm grateful I know your faces, because faces stick with me more than names. But being of service, and just actually being grateful to have things to do. How many of you are grateful that you have to fill the dishwasher? Okay, yeah, or take out the trash. Let's see, I'm only naming things my husband does. Maybe I should name something I do. Oh, I do laundry, and I cook. So it's to be grateful for the everyday chores you get to do. It's like, what's in service? What contribution can I do? And to do it without the expectation of getting appreciation, acknowledgement, gratitude from someone else. You are doing it for yourself. You are a self-generating Mahalo. You don't need it from anyone else. It's you. You are it. You are doing it. So, I just want to end with this. Saying a prayer, showing appreciation to God, to yourself, because you are one with God. And have this become habitual. Have Mahalo be your state of being. And I want to end with Mahalo ki akua. Thanks be to God. And so it is. Thank you. Mahalo.
Thank you, Reverend Madalyn. That was just beautiful. A nice reminder to be grateful. So now we've come to our love offering time. So I invite you to take whatever gift that you are giving and hold it over your heart. And if you're giving with someone else, you may choose to hold hands. And whatever change you may have today is going to C4C recipients for July and August, Care Crisis Nursery. So that's the if you have any change, that's what we would invite you to give. So as you hold your love offering over your heart, we say our prosperity intention. Prosperity flows to us and through us in an unending stream of plenty. The inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. And so it is. And now Drew will sing a special song.
Speaking of serendipity, we were up here trying to figure out what was going on wrong with the stage last week. We've realized there was a broken piece of equipment, and I thought, oh, I have one of those at home. In the process of trying to find on all my music stuff this particular little unit, I found this song that I'd forgotten that I'd written a long time ago. So here it is today, 14 years old, never performed live. When you're down in the dark and the road is lonely, it's time to gather up your spark, my friend, make it glow. Listen to the sound of the children laughing. You can have it all, you can have it all. If you're dismayed and distressed, lost deep in anger, when you're feeling less than blessed, my friend, it's time to find your smile. There's no one here that can keep you from the things you're wanting. You can have it all, you can have it all. You and I are much the same, players in this cosmic game. To deny love is such a shame. Love can bring it all, love can bring it all. When you're feeling ashamed of the way you're living, when you're suffering the blame of things you wish undone, there's nothing you can't do that can't be forgiven. Love will bring it all, love will bring it all. Players in a cosmic game. To deny love is just insane. Love will bring it all, love will bring it all. When you're lost in your thoughts and the world is shaking, won't you climb down from your cross, my friend? Join in the play. Let your heart thrill to the thrill of the songbird singing. You can have it all, you can have it all, you can have it all, you can have it all. Thank you.
So with gratitude, we accept these gifts that were blessed in your hearts, and we dedicate it to the work at Unity in the Gold Country and Unity Worldwide. So we have a few announcements. The fair is coming to town, and you know what that means. We have our wonderful Lions Club, which Dennis Casellas is part of, has a booth, and if you'd like to sign up to volunteer for that, there is a sign-up sheet in the back of the room. And I'm not sure if caramel corn is still in the bookstore, but it might be. There's one left, so rush to the bookstore, the gift shop, if you'd like some caramel corn. That's also that's the booth that the Lions Club have. So our spiritual exploration in July, mystical meditations and energy circulating exercises with our very own Richard Feather Anderson. Richard will share some of his favorite self-cultivation exercises that he has found to be most effective in shifting or expanding consciousness and connecting with Source. Mantra, chanting, energy circulating, meditative movement exercises from a variety of mystical spiritual traditions. So offered as spiritual exploration on Tuesdays, July 11th, 18th, 25th, from 10 to 11:30. It should be a wonderful class. Important and timely information: temperatures are on the rise, and the risk of fires and our power outage increase as well. If you live in an area of evacuation or power outages, you are welcome to find refuge at Unity in the Gold Country. You must contact Reverend Jerry for access to the building, so please feel free to do that in the event that you are in need. Know your zone. Go to community.zonehaven.com, enter your address into the search bar, and find your zone. That's been especially helpful in times of the emergency. And you can also download the app. Lastly, a year ago or so, we put together a list of folks willing to house evacuees, what their facility can accommodate, and whether or not pets are welcome. We will have this list updated soon. So again, we work together as a community to make sure that everyone is safe and cared for. Dinner groups. This is coming up now that we are forming new dinner groups of varying themes. So that's where we get together, share a meal, and you can sign up in the sanctuary for various groups, and there are some group theme options, like you have dinner and play games or just socialize. They're really wonderful way to get to know each other. And for those who don't want to be driving at night, how about an early dinner, late lunch, or brunch group? Okay, and 5 Elements Qigong, Easy Ageless Tai Chi. Deborah Edmondson, a certified Qigong instructor, is leading Qigong and Tai Chi classes on Tuesday, and they are wonderful. So if you want to really experience that, please do come to the class. A love offering is appreciated but not required. And mulch for UGC. If you have a truck trailer and are willing, please load up on mulch on Highway 49 or any other source you may know of. Our gardening team will be very appreciative. They can't carry very much in the back of their little hatchback cars. So a trailer would be wonderful, or a truck. So that's it on the announcements. And so I come to our time of gratitude. Gratitude for our volunteers and participants who make this service happen. A very special thank you to Reverend Madalyn Wade, to myself for platform, Drew Tousley for music, greeters, Kathy Evil, Carolyn Holman, Usher, Carly Tousley, and Di Connell. Hospitality, Rhonda Bomer and Bonnie Hatt. And sound, Craig McCoy. live stream Kelly Garmeyer, bookstore Jody Benson, altar Christy Stevens and Mary Lo Kim, and myself as chaplain. In the event that you would like prayer, I'll be in the chaplain around to the left and two lefts. Okay, so thank you everyone who made this possible, this service possible. And if you would like to stand and join me in our unity prayer. Okay. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am, and all is well. And join our final song, I Choose Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family that wearing one sun. I choose love. Peace on our planet is growing because we choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. We choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. We choose love. We choose love. We choose love.
Amen. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all on YouTube for joining us. Have a beautiful day and week ahead.